Check, check, check. Microphone. All right, Pico, we're sounding good. 5 by 5. What does that even mean? It's a Buffy quote. That's what it means. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Matters at everything we do here. Hi, welcome back once again. It is time for, you guessed it, the Comics Coffee Table, where we take a break from our day. We leave the real world over there for a few minutes. We pull up a chair to our Comics Coffee Table. We grab a cuppa of whatever it is that we're shoving under our noses today, pal. How are you? I hope you're clobbering your problems and not being clobbered by them. Sincerely. I'm drinking a Guatemalan Huehuetenago. It's a medium roast bean. There's a radio button on my banner. He'll ship it to you. Check him out. Tell Dell that Sully sent you. Seriously. What are we doing today, Pika? Let's find out. Show notes. It is tracksuit week. What the hell is tracksuit week? I shouldn't give him any grief because, we're kind of dressed alike today. So I chose this one because I look like you. I love my Pikachu. You love my Pikachu too. We are reboxing, rebagging, and reboarding my entire collection this year. I'm using these two books. These are really awesome. The Overstreet Guide to Grading Comics and the Price Guide. There are links in the description to these Amazon pages where you can get your own copies. These were given to me by my parents for Christmas last year, so this season is dedicated to my parents. Hi, I love you. Thank you. Indeed, I'm also taking the opportunity to get back to my local comic book shop. For supplies and new releases. I am getting more and more new releases every week. It's been nice. I like going to the comic book shop on Wednesdays. It's part of my culture. It's a big part of who I've been all my life. And I like returning to that. I like that person. I do a lot. And that person loves this conversation that we keep having. 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily. We hang out. Cheers. Good to see you. If I'm able to make the live chat premiere at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily, I'm knee-deep in a great conversation. It's good to see the new faces. Good to see everyone. So, cheers. We achieve and succeed in having a comic book shop-style conversation daily. Just taking a few minutes and talking about what we love. There's a good amount of outrage and bitching and moaning involved, and sure, but few and far between. I mean, it's more about embracing and remembering why we love this in the first place. And a big part of that love is community. I feel that this YouTube experience is binding us as a community. We like calling it what? The fandom? The fellowship? However you phrase it, we are a community, and we're a comic book community. We've come from there. We have a legacy, just like the superheroes. We have old timers, golden agers, silver agers, bronze age babies, copper agers. And those first 3 ages had newsstands and spinner racks, and then we have the direct market. Now we have the internet and superhero movies. Now it keeps evolving and it keeps growing. And we've been here this entire time watching this wild ride. So yeah, I'm spending my money and my money at my local comic book shop. I'm getting boxes, corrugated short boxes this time. Getting bags and acid-free boards. And while I'm going through my collection, rebagging, reboarding, and reboxing, because these boxes they gotta go. I mean, they've served their purpose. They've protected my comic books. I'm also getting a ballpark estimate of what they're worth. What is your comic book collection worth? Do you know? Do you have an idea? I'm getting a better idea. And it's been a very educational process. Hey, and if you have any questions or concerns about the condition and value of your comic books, please go to your local comic book shop. They are suited to professionally answer your questions. This show is meant for entertainment purposes only. Indeed. Yeah. It's in the show notes. I have to read it. No. Seriously, we're learning a lot about comic books and about grading and their conditions. I love buying back issues, like Bronze Age babies, as I call them. And what's the Bronze Age? The Bronze Age runs between 1970 and 1984. My wheelhouse. I mean, the Silver Age runs between 1956 and 1970. The Golden Age before that was 1938, the first appearance of Superman in Action Comics #1, until 1955. We have ages. Yes. I got the ages actually from, better defined, from the glossary of the Overstreet Price Guide. It's a fair standard, and it's an industry standard, and I have problems with it because the Copper Age runs from 1984 to 1993, and that's a really tiny age. I see ages like more of like, they seem to be about 15 years. If you look at the Silver and the Bronze Ages as being intact, I would push the Copper Age up to it like 2000. Add 7 more years onto it and make it about a 15-year age. Seriously, make it a 3-act story. You have leading up to Vertigo and Dark Horse, and you have this amazing, like this Dark Age kind of thing, but also you have this explosion. You have the Batman movie, and the other movies that came out after that, like The Shadow, Dick Tracy, and then you had the implosion, the speculator market implosion of the mid-90s. And then by the end of the 90s, there is a resurgence with superhero comic books, so much so that it starts influencing a generation of movie makers. And then by the end of the 20th century, by the end of the 1990s, you have Grant Morrison writing JLA. You have an up-and-coming Marvel stable, including Joe Quesada doing Marvel Knights, and Brian Michael Bendis, who has been doing Ultimate Spider-Man, and now writing Daredevil, and going into creating a new character named Jessica Jones, an Alias. I mean, just it was a great time. And then you also had Wildstorm. You had Warren Ellis and Tom Rainey on Stormwatch, which were incredibly awesome superhero stories set in their own universe, which led to The Authority. And then Wildstorm which is Jim Lee's studio, gets sold to DC Comics and becomes enveloped and part of the DC multiverse. I love talking about comic books. We can talk about comic books every single day. This is really cool. I'm really having a great time, and it's so fun. But yeah, for me personally, I would move the Copper Age up to the end of the 20th century and then start a new age on January 1st, 2001, the Millennium Age. That could go another 15 years as well, I feel. That goes up to 2015. So if you had an age between 2001 and 2015, 2016, what happened then? The great narrative change, the great academic push for social justice, the Me Too movement, and the election of the 45th president of the United States of America. And it was a turbulent time leading up to, there was a narrative shift. You could see that in like shows like Game of Thrones and Westworld and HBO. There was, dare I say, the fourth wave of feminism had broken over the beach wall of entertainment. Perhaps. Is that right? Is it wrong? No, it's just an opinion. I'm full of them. So are you. And yeah, let's get to the long box. Okay, let's get to it. It's DC Prime, one of the long boxes that's being retired. It's This is filled. This is basically an alphabetical sort of titles, and we've been going through it. So you've seen most of the stuff already. I still gotta get boarding. Hey, let's get bored. Wouldn't that be cute? Aww. And then I gotta find a new home for all the trade paperbacks. Aquaman lost his hand. What is this? Banished from Atlantis. Branded a traitor. Every denizen of the deep programmed to deliver him a death sentence. It's Aquaman. Spinning out of the Obsidian Age. We spent some time talking about the Obsidian Age. So this is the consequences, for Aquaman in the Obsidian Age. And he got a new he had his own title. This collects. Let's look at the Indicia Colophon, please. All right. Aquaman, the Water Bearer. Rig bike. You've got a bunch of different pencilers, including Norm Brayfogle. What is this? Originally published in single magazine form, Aquaman 1 through 4, Aquaman Secret Files, 2002-2003. Aquaman having to be on the run. He got kicked out of Atlantis for having... What did he do in the Obsidian Age? He sunk Atlantis. Yeah, he was in the past, and it's actually Aquaman who's responsible for Atlantis being on the bottom of the ocean floor. King Arthur himself. So he has to pay the price for that. He saves the day and saves Atlantis, but at what cost? It's book 2. It's book 1. Yeah, see at the end here, he's like, they saved the day, but there's Mira. And this was actually a really good one. Saving Plastic Man. Plastic Man is in bits on the bottom of the ocean, and they pick him up bit by bit by bit. It's called Picking Up the Pieces. This was really good. Wally got his legs hacked off. It was by the Obsidian League. Kyle's taking a break, so Jon Stewart's coming. And look, he's wearing his distinctive Justice League United uniform from the Bruce Timm. That's the Bruce Timm look. So they're trying to, that's great. They have, here we go. I'm to be put on trial for treason against Atlanta, Superman. But you saved the whole world. Yeah. Exactly. And so he goes somewhere else. He gets a magic water hand. And, yeah. This is trying to, give him a new look and a new direction. But then, such as a lot of comic book things, it doesn't hold. It was just a story told. And by the end of it, we've come full circle and we've come back. So, who is Aquaman today? There's a lot. That was 21 years ago. What's happened in between then? There was... He's literally died, too. He became like the Dweller of the Deep, while a younger Aquaman came around. There's been Brightest Day, which brought him back to life after the Blackest Night. There's been New 52. There's been Flashpoint. Oh, Flashpoint Aquaman? That's a story on itself. How did we get on an an Aquaman conversation. I grew up on Aquaman. The image behind you, that's from Super Friends, the 1970s, early 1980s Saturday morning cartoon featuring the Justice League of America. Aquaman, front and center, you know, king of the deep. He rode a seahorse. There was He had his own cartoon before that too, in the late 60s. They all came together in a super team by 1972. But before that, they all had their own cartoon shows. Even the Teen Titans. It was great. They're out there on YouTube. Check them out. Ah, some good coffee. So it's begun. We've come into the end game of this box. So I'm going to, I'm gonna put all the trade paperbacks in one place. And I'm trying to figure out, do some of these even need? Now, I got this. When did I get this? And why? And do I have 2 issues of it in here? No. Oh, wow. I must have got this in a grab bag. This is refreshing to see. Look, a random issue of Robin. This is Robin, issue 23, written by Chuck Dixon and with art by Aaron Lopresti. Oh, look at that cover. I love Lopresti art. And that's issue 23 of Robin's first solo series. Let's see. Let's look at the Indicia colophone on this. It's Killer Moth. Robin 23, December of 1995. Oh wow, I can see like holes. I can see the light through at the staples here. Not many dings here. It's actually a pretty tight looking comic book. I mean, I like Yule. He's got an eagle eye. He's probably like, I see 3 from here. I'm all the way across the country. And it was stuck, and it was in this bag too, written by Kevin Smith, art by Walt Flanagan, and inked by Art T-Bear. I love Art T-Bear. He just some good looking Batman. But this is let's see, $3.99. When did this come out? To the Indicia colophone. This is being republished at about the same time as Superman Secret Origins, too. We have those. Let's see. The Indicia colophone. These are just, they're just basically kind of like random issues. But, let's see. DC The Widening Gyre. October of 2009. Yeah, Kevin Smith, the director of Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Clerks 2, Clerks 3. Clerks 3 was a little heartbreaking. It was meant to be, though. And what else we got in here? We've got some Denny O'Neil. This is Tech. This is Tech issue 851. And it's got the trade dress of Batman R.I.P., which was part of the Final Crisis. So Batman is dead. Or is he? Batman himself, Bruce Wayne, our friend, he's unstuck in time. He is tripping through different eras, making his way back to the future. All the while charging himself up with Omega energy that will destroy and obliterate everything, and Darkseid's vengeance will be known. So, this is like right at the beginning of that. And it's Dick Grayson. Coming to terms. There's this is a nice moment between, Alfred and Dick. You know what I mean? But, hey, can you help out? I think you're needed in Gotham. These are really good panels. Just like, this is good action scenes. You know, we talk sometimes about, you know, strong position and weak position, and you know, he's a human being. It's Dick Grayson, and he can be hurt. Mostly his heart. He's a sensitive individual. No. I like that, but Batman likes to admit to his first foster son, you are the glue that holds everyone together. You have kept up all these relationships. Because everyone loves Dick. I said that. I did. We said that. Yeah, that's right. So here's over on Batman 684. Look, all the people in Batman's life that he's touched, you know. And it's Denny O'Neil again. And you have, you know, Bullock. Is it Bullock? And Commissioner Gordon. So do we have a ding? Yeah, we have. That's a. I see a ding. I see something. These are, you know, these are in decent condition. Not a lot of spine roll. Nice and tight, you know. Oh yeah, this is part 2 of that story. So here we go. You got the bat light on, and Nightwing shows up. You think he's ever coming back? Like I said, go home. Indeed. This is a Denny O'Neil story. So I'm going to put these two together and file them with the rest of the Batman. I have the other Batman comic books because they're Grant Morrison. This comes at the end of Grant Morrison's run, but as you can see, not written by him. We have achieved bags, boards, send bags, boards, and boxes. Yeah. Ugh. Do. Send lawyers, guns, and pikas. Yeah. Very good. What else we got? Oh, we got the flash that we already used. Ah. Booster Gold. This is Jeff Johns. It wasn't. Let's see. It was. Oh wow, we got a bow. We got ding. We've got dings. Art by Dan Jurgens, inks by Norm Rapmund. This is a comic book. This is a comic book, a superhero comic book, in my humble opinion. The time lost, the secret origins of. So we have Jeff Johns and Jeff Katz are the writers, layouts by Dan Jurgens, finishes by Norm Rapmund, and this is a really good comic book. Played around with stuff. See, it's in week 37 of the countdown. Booster was a big player in the 52 limited weekly series. He was Supernova. He was like, who is Supernova? That was like the big, question on everyone's minds. Who is Supernova? It was Booster Gold the entire time. Let's see. So we've got. Oh, wow. An ad for a phone. Look at that beautiful flip phone. When did this come out? The Doobie Brothers broke up. How old is this? Let's look at that. I know I flipped right to the end of it, but that just caught my eye. You see a colophone. Oh, it's over here. It's right. This is September of 2008. I remember I got my first smartphone. It was a Crackberry clone about 2010 or so. And also, a buddy of mine got me an iPod. That's Haro. You know Haro from Gundam? And so it was through there I could finally see my Twitter timeline. I was texting to 30303. Then you can still text to that number and post your tweets. And because back then Twitter was just 140 characters, no images, no links. It was based on SMS texting, and that evolved into like, so smartphone texting was a little bit more robust, and Twitter's moved on from then. This is a funny book. So I got issue 1, issue 2, great cover. Issue 3, issue 4. Remember, Booster is like kind of unstuck in time himself. Issue 5, beautiful homage cover. Issue 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1 million. I keep coming back. I talk an issue. DC 1 million had happened 10 years before, and so this is just for fun. This is in every issue during the DC 1 million event had an issue number 1 million set in the 853rd century. So this is just goes back to that and uses its trade dress. It's really cute. I don't think there's an issue number 0 for this at all. But it was fun. I mean, it was just... I haven't read it since, though. And... Oh, there is an issue 0. Uh-huh. With all the issues, yeah. So there are basically 12 issues here that go up to issue 10 with a 0 issue. And this is meant to ape Crisis in Time. This is going back to 0 Hour. And this was, yeah, just a fun romp through, like, maybe Hyper Time, maybe, like, you know, it's now we have a bit of a multiverse back. You know, we had the, you know, after Infinite Crisis, we have the restoration of 52, the local 52 Earths in the multiverse. Yeah, this was fun, and it's got great art, too. I mean, Ratmund and Jurgens, legends. Legends, I say. We have been talking about comic books. I like it here. Look, the greatest hero the world has never known. Indeed. I remember my first experience with Booster Gold. It was way back in the 80s where he got brought up the first time, yeah. In Justice League. Yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. You have a great day. Thank you so much for coming by today. The Comics Coffee Table, where we just stop our day, take a break together, talk about comic books for a few minutes because it's fun. It's a great way to pass time and to take our minds off our minds. I hope that you're running your day and not having your day run you. I hope you're running your mood and not having your mood run you. And you're running your emotions and not having your emotions run you. I hope you're running your finances and not having your finances run you. You know, you sense the theme. You can apply this to a lot of things. It's pithy, Pithy advices. Just little thing, and but it works. Is that an aphorism? I think so. You tell me in the comment section. Thank you so very much for tuning in. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. Please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. Just click on that those notifications. Ring that bell. Eventually you'll learn how to tell time. It's a wonderful thing. You have a great day. We'll see you later, and we'll see you in those funny pages tomorrow. Cheers. Bye-bye.